Last week, California Governor Gavin Newsom said that the state would look at banning hydraulic fracturing by 2024 and all oil and gas production by 2045. Now, this is not insignificant because California actually does produce a lot of oil, about 500,000 barrels a day. And so we're going to talk to energy economist Ed Hurst from the University of Houston about that. Ed, welcome to the interview.
Thank you, Markham. Good to see you.
Look, give us your general take on Governor Newsom's comments.
Well, Governor Newsom's in a political fight for his life right now. He's presided over a feckless California Public Utility Commission and 2 years of really just awful outcomes with the grid in California. And so his future really looks very much the same as Governor Gray Davis. He could very well be replaced in the recall election this summer. So he's working like heck to kind of pander to his political base. You know, California does produce at least 500,000 barrels a day. Actually, you know, has been as much as 1 million barrels a day not too long ago. Nobody really uses fracking much in California for the oil production, so the ban on fracking is really not much of an issue. There are no shale plays that have been developed in California. In fact, with California, the oil is pretty darn near close to the surface. They're oil seeps. Oil rolls out across the beach in the Santa Barbara Sound. The La Brea tar pits, you know, there's the oil right at the surface. So, you know, a huge amount of production, and anybody who flies into LA will see these oil rigs and also the pump jacks. It's they're behind Hollywood facades buildings.
I've seen many of them, and you know, right across from the Beverly Hills High School. In fact, there are a couple, and it's not uncommon when you get into the the less populated or the poorer neighborhoods. They don't even try to hide them. I mean, they're, you know, right in next to schoolyards and parking lots and so on. So, given the extent to which the oil industry is integrated into Los Angeles in particular, you know, is Newsom just pandering for votes here? Is that what this is about?
It sure appears that way. You know, and what he's trying to ban is not anything that couldn't be overturned by a succeeding administration. So I think it's really just posturing. You know, the Kern County field is now maybe treble the size of what it was, simply because they shot some seismic. They noticed there was a deeper play, huge reserves. Bakersfield, the heart of California production, offshore California. You know, oil is going to be part of the equation going forward. You know, looking at carbon capture, usage, sequestration, I think that's probably going to be the solution. You know, California can't get there just yet. There's not a path there. And, you know, quite honestly, they don't have a path to managing their grid. They import about 35% of their electricity on a daily basis. They've closed many of the fossil fuel plants. They've closed a lot of their nuclear plants, and solar and wind have not been able to keep up with the demand. And now shutting off the rest of fossil fuel, you know, it's just a little premature. We may get there in 15 years, but the economics don't indicate that. I mean, California will still be importing crude from Alaska or from other producing nations just to fuel their automobiles.
Yeah, I should point out that Alberta in Canada is likely to be one of it already provides heavy crude oil. But here's another question for you, Ed, and this is why I mentioned that maybe Newsom is pandering. You know, the California has got a pretty aggressive zero emissions vehicle mandate. They started out with light duty, and now they've progressed to heavy duty, and so. And plus, given the changes that are taking place in the auto industry, where they're going electric in a big way, to say that, you know, oil will be banned by 2045, the horse may already be out of the barn by then, frankly.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's, you know, we're looking at 24 years from now, so entirely possible. It could happen.
So, well, thank you very much for this, Ed. Always appreciate your insights.
My pleasure.